Are we recording all day?
And they're moving pictures, Matt.
I don't want your arms to get sore.
I'm gonna take notes.
Are you ready? All right, so if you guys were in the market for a new vehicle, what are some things that you would think about when you're buying that new vehicle?
Is it reliable? Does it run?
Are we buying a brand new one or a pre-used certified?
I don't know.
A Prius.
MSRP versus
Buying a Prius.
down payment versus.
Okay, slow down. My brain just went, wah. Okay, is it reliable?
Four-door.
Is it American?
Look up by the
But
whole
it's
school.
very reliable.
Look up by the whole school.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It used to be reliable, but not anymore.
New or used?
Lil Wayne's got a black one.
Hmm?
I said Wayne's got a black one. Lil Wayne.
Oh, yeah,
Certified.
Mileage?
Floyd Mayweather. This shit's all white.
MSRP versus down payment.
Foreign.
I don't even know what that means.
The Reader's
Whoa.
Digest?
MSRP versus down.
Yeah, you know.
Manufactured suggested retail price versus what? Down
Versus
payment?
Down payment. That's where they get you. The figure 4.
And the Reader's
Which does it
Digest
too.
assessment of the vehicle. It's important, though. People know their crap.
Well, let's put reviews, because we could look in more than one place.
What are you gonna use it for? Usage.
Finally.
And find the color.
Color? Yay.
Package.
Possible insurance.
Like accessories or, like if it, which level of,
Yeah.
The options package. Insurance rate.
Taxes.
mom's in here?
Taxes and tires.
Running out of room.
She doesn't really look all that when you buy a car. I don't know.
That guy looks good, hey. Buy it.
No,
It really is. Yeah,
mileage,
it's
that's
never
like
been
how
used.
many miles are
I'll
on
take
it, eh?
it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Okay, so gas mileage,
And around here, you're gonna go fuel type. So you got diesel and gas.
Damn.
okay,
Is it a hybrid or not?
okay.
Family feasible.
Like how many seats are in it? Is it a Suburban?
Yeah.
If you guys are buying a truck or an SUV,
Can it tow? Or haul?
Yeah.
okay, we're getting there.
Off-road capability.
Hired.
Are you thinking I'm totally crazy yet?
That's a good start for what you're going to look
Safety.
Not concerned with that. Rule
I'm
one.
concerned with that.
Nobody put, like, is there a cool factor? Sometimes it matters.
That's all that people don't care about that.
Horsepower.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Torque?
What that's got.
I don't know how to spell it. Q-U-E? Okay, that should get us started. All right, so of all of these things that you decided you should think about before you buy a car, there is one that is more important than the rest of them before you get started.
Price.
Does it run?
So 5 minutes and then
Okay, and this is Lisa Lee's take on this. What are you going to use your car for determines everything else that you decide from that moment on. If you only need a car to drive 6 blocks to work, well, you should walk probably, but if you don't need a car for a whole lot, you don't need a Dodge diesel, whatever, right? If you have a family of 5 kids and you travel a lot and your in-laws live across the state and you spend a lot of time going to soccer games, hockey things, whatever, then you probably need a car that will hold all the people, hold all the bags, and be safe and reliable, so like a Suburban or something like that.
Ever own a minivan?
I know.
I used my Jetta Volkswagen back in high school like a truck. Man, I'd go hunting. I could stick a whole deer in that truck.
My first car was an '85 Plymouth Horizon.
Ah.
Throwaway car. Okay, car.
Now we're going down memory lane. Okay, so if you were buying a computer, the first thing that you should think about is what you're going to use it for. That should dictate all your decisions from that point forward. Okay, because you can go to the Staples or Walmart. Where else can you buy a computer in Rock Springs? That's it, right?
No.
My tech. You can rent them from Aaron's.
Well, when
So
you want
like
to go
when his
for
phone
reliability, I'd go for reputation line.
With the computer.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess what I was going to say is you could walk down to Staples and look at their computers that are sitting out, and you might think, oh, that one looks really cool, and end up buying a computer that you don't need, or that has features on it that aren't useful to you. So you got to be careful with the cool factor with computers. Let's see, what else can we relate to buying a computer? This one makes sense because you could go Apple or PC or other. There are other computers that don't run on either platform, but you've got to be a maverick to be able to run them.
Do the options package?
Will it go off road?
Yeah. The options package, so what are some options that you would put on a computer?
Depends on what you're using it for.
Say that again?
Video card.
Video card? Well, they're all going to have a video card, but you might want to soup it up, right? Make a better one.
Processor, AMD or Intel.
Okay. What other options would you put on a computer?
I'm all shaky and shit.
Wi-Fi.
It's too early. Can't be using my hands.
Regular hard drive, or if you're going to go solid state.
Okay. Solid state or...
How many did you use? How many have you done?
Just one.
Okay.
Then you're gonna
After this, I'll
good cooling support, good power supply.
Okay, so... You have to have that, right?
it started burning.
The price.
The price is going to factor into it because you're going to have a budget either way. Oh, here's what I was going to head for. If you're buying a laptop, gas mileage could be like your battery life.
I was thinking off-road.
And allow you to get away, yeah. Okay, so
Will it go off-road?
battery life on a laptop, don't ignore that. You will be so bummed out if you get a laptop that has a lot of power but only runs for 4 hours on a battery. You'll be so much happier if it will run for 8 or 10 hours on a battery.
Fully charged.
Yes, yes. So do consider that. They can reduce the weight of your computer and the price of your computer by putting in a smaller battery.
So,
Don't-
Lisa, do I go to you if I want to buy a
That's how
computer?
much they like she
You
put on
can,
it.
and I will tell you what I think you should do, but I'll probably guide you down these paths. Okay, we need to talk about the major parts of a computer, and one of them is the processor, and that kind of relates to the horsepower of someone mentioned AMD and Intel, the two major chip makers. And again, you have to do your research and you have to figure out Yeah, it says Intel, but it might be the lowest level Intel out there, and so it's not the very best processor. Or I made the mistake of buying my cheapo laptop with an AMD processor that's like a dog. But I didn't research it. I bought it on a whim. I should not have done that. So see, I'm speaking from experience when I tell you all of this. All right, so your processor, if you were buying an Intel today, the ones you see are i3, i5, and i7. And you,
There's a new,
say that again?
there's a new Intel that's out, but I can't remember.
A
the
whole
name.
new series? Okay. Maybe tell us another day or check it out. If these are the three,
Sorry.
if these are the three processors that you have to decide from, again, you go back to what am I going to use this computer for, and that's going to dictate how fast of a processor you need. Okay, so here's my choice for what I do. In my office, I have this, and when I was creating and rendering the video, it took me longer than I was liking. And that wasn't an enormous project. All I did was drop in video. I didn't add any stuff to it. So I would have preferred a faster one. My laptop is also the slow go on the i series, but it's also very slim, very light, very mobile.
Why would you just get i7 to begin with? Just the fast?
Well, they're going to add money, money, money. Just like if you buy a faster car, it's going to add money, money, money. Okay, so now another important part of a computer is how much RAM you have. And believe it or not, this makes sense with how much seating capacity you have in your car. So think of RAM. We talked about it before. RAM holds parts of the operating system, so it holds parts of Windows, and it holds the parts of the applications that it needs to help you do what you're doing, and it holds the documents that you're in the middle of, and it holds your history on your browser. It holds what you're doing while you're doing it, and the way to remember about that is if you kick the cord or if you lose your battery, what you had in memory is likely gone, okay?
So basically, it's the workbench.
Yeah, you put everything away when you're done, right? So in a vehicle, if you're taking a trip and you've got all 6 of your friends in the car with you, and you stop somewhere to get out and eat, then your car is empty at that point, okay? And so the RAM, think of the RAM as like the seating. And then I don't think we wrote down, oh yeah, we did cargo. Did I write cargo space?
That'd be hauling.
Hauling. Okay, so how much stuff can you haul in the back? How much stuff can you fit in the trunk? That's your hard drive. Because if you are on that trip with your 6 friends and you stop, everything and you go in for lunch, your luggage and whatnot is still in the car and probably in the trunk.
I'm gonna fall asleep.
Okay, so think of those 3 things. So now, yes?
So the processor, basically, is a go between the RAM, random access memory, and the other one, right? And it's input-output processing, correct?
It's the traffic cop and the brain of the entire operation. So it tells information that it needs to be in RAM, or it tells the information that it needs to go to an output device. It tells so it's, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so the big 3 things that are on your note, the big 3, which has 4, are now what? The big 3 pieces of your computer. The number 1 overrating thing is what you're going to use it for. So what are the gadgets inside your machine that are the most important for us after this conversation?
Processor.
And?
Hard drive.
And?
Memory.
Okay, so I put a number 4 on there because number 4 is what is super important to you. So maybe, and this is me talking, but I'm a teacher who has mobile storage devices, and I like to hook up peripherals. I like to hook up a headset, microphone, I like to hook things to my computer. Sometimes I need to hook things to my computer to get stuff done. All right, so important to me is how many USB ports or HDMI port, so I can connect to a larger screen, is kind of nice. And more fluid than it used to be. The first time I connected my laptop with an HDMI cable to a TV at home, there was no freak out by the machine. There was no learning curve. It just shows up on the TV screen. So that's really handy, especially with a portable computer. And maybe you want, maybe you want a laptop, but you also want to be able to display that on your Samsung TV. So that's something for you to consider. When you buy a TV even, does the TV have an HDMI port that matches my laptop? Okay? So the fourth thing is up to you. It could be whatever.
Okay. I'll do one more. Hey.
Okay, so we're done with all of the information down to bit and a byte. Okay, and the smallest unit that a computer can recognize is a bit. And I need you, shoot, I didn't bring my book. Who has their DC book?
You have to film now. Because you didn't bring your book.
Oh, shoot. Can we use yours? Okay. If you have your DC book, let's look at page 260. Oh, I wrote it on the paper. Page 260. Okay, and the green lights on the top of page 260 tell you how a computer recognizes a character. So the first one I think is the letter E. So the computer recognizes the letter E by the pulses of information going through, and the first bit is no pulse, the second bit is a pulse, the third bit is no pulse, no pulse, no pulse,